It is 20 minutes, closing in on 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Celebrate Recovery,
Yes.
James Tucker.
James Tucker. Junior. Yes.
The son, not the dad, though I'm sure he's appreciating of the weather. He doesn't know as much as his dad does about weather, so we're not talking about weather here.
Not weather today.
And Barry Anderson also joining us this morning. Morning, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Good, Mike. How are you?
First off, before we kind of talk about our events and talk about what you got coming up here, let's give folks just a quick synopsis of what Celebrate Recovery is. I think a lot of people kind of get a hint of it, but I got to be honest, you guys are more than just helping people with addiction issues. That's kind of the surface, getting in the door, but you're about connecting people to God. That's really, at the end of the day, that's kind of what Celebrate Recovery is.
Right. And we 2/3 or only 1 in 3 people that come to Celebrate Recovery actually come for substance and alcohol addiction.
Sure. They have problems in their life, but it may not be drugs and alcohol. It could be family issues, could be a number of things.
Sure. Our kind of catchphrase is hurts, habits, and hang-ups.
Yeah.
And that's all of us. There's not anybody that wouldn't benefit from going through this.
If you have a perfect life right now and no problems or issues, you're the only one on the planet. But I would like to kind of meet you because I want to see what's going on there.
We'd like to fill us in on your secret.
Can I get a cup of what you're drinking?
And it's probably denial, to be honest.
Yeah, and thankfully that's lesson 1 is denial. We teach you how to overcome your denials.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what the whole point of Celebrate Recovery. It's to help people connect to God. And let's face it, because what's going on here, and I don't want to get too deep, because this is what you guys do, but I just want to kind of give people a picture of what you do. Is people that are dealing with addiction issues or dealing with problems in their lives, they're trying to resolve those problems.
Right.
We all don't have the tools we need to solve. We know we have a problem. We know there's a problem there. Something is eating at our hearts here. Whatever it is, whether it's family, whether it's life goals, whatever it is, there's something there. And so we in human nature just kind of we do what we do to medicate or treat ourselves. And that's where a lot of people, we talk the addiction side, a lot of people are saying, I've got home issues, but guess what? That drinking solves it for 5 minutes, and they want that connection and feeling every time. But maybe it's something different. Maybe it's another addiction. Maybe it's mental health. Maybe that everyone's beating you down, and now you're angry at the world and yelling at everybody, and now you're burning relationships and doing those kind of things. But either way, you're missing something in your heart, and it really is God. God's, you're off the path. God has the plan for you, and I believe this in my heart, and as do most Christians here. But but we need to be reminded of that. We need to be guided back on that path, and that's where Celebrate Recovery comes in. It's a group of people coming together, all struggling with problems, and we're all trying to get through them together and using God as our beacon to find our path and to stay on that path. Is that pretty good assessment of what Celebrate Recovery is all about?
Yeah, and then of course in order to get there to that point, we work the 12 steps. I mean, of course there's the 12 steps, the secular 12 steps that say God as we understand Him, is step 3. But we've modified the steps to say we serve one and only one higher power, and that higher power is Jesus Christ. Sure. And then we work, we've come alongside, or Celebrate Recovery has come alongside that and created the 8 principles that are based on the Beatitudes out of the Book of Matthew.
Sure.
So
really, it's kind of acceptance, getting you to accept, and once you've broken that barrier, now we build you back up and give you the tools to live the path with God and to how to have a better understanding with God, and when you have those moments. Because we all do. We all have difficult moments in lives and things, but when those come across, you now have the tools and the mechanisms to help keep you on the path versus going back to old habits and old ways of treating and fixing things.
Yeah, and a big part of that's just our step studies and our accountability partners and your sponsors. And we use a lot of the traditional AA approach, but they've melted it down into 8 biblical principles, and
Sure.
it's all scripturally based. And
You put more meat on them, basically.
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, you put some. It's not just do as I say. Do as I say. Here's how we do it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where it's getting into
Right.
here.
Absolutely right.
Very good. So, and this is for, so if there's people listening dealing with struggle, would like to invite you out to meetings and things like that. But maybe there's even people that have, maybe they're on the path and doing the path and they're looking for more resources and more people to come. Maybe you're new to the area. And it's like, hey, I was involved with, maybe it's not Celebrate Recovery, maybe it's AA or some other program from another area, and you're looking for a home of people that would love to be a part of that and part of the fellowship and the comradeship and the strength in numbers mentality of dealing with life struggles together. And if you're looking for that home, guess what? Celebrate Recovery's got a seat waiting for you.
Oh, absolutely, and that's key. That's the community aspect of doing life together is key for all of us.
Sure. Well, and that's because I think, and I'm sure you guys, through your own stories and past, have had that where you have that moment of overwhelmed, where it's you against the world. No one understands what they tell me, but it's good. They don't get me. That's, odds are they really did. You just didn't realize it.
Right.
But that it's hard to do that by yourself, and that's why so many people fail, because they think they can carry that burden on their shoulders by themselves, and they're trying to. And you may succeed for a minute, but at some point you're going to stumble, and that load's going to fall off your shoulders. And that's where you guys come in and say, no. We don't carry the burden by ourselves.
Right.
God, we give the burden to God, and we just try to do everything to keep, to stay on the path with God and do what God wants us to do, and use the tools God gave us to do smart things and right things in our lives, so we can better ourselves and our people around us. And that's it in a nutshell. That's the big.
Right.
There's no real secret here. That's the key. And how the devil's in the details, but yes, that's the key.
Well, you said about making right decisions. Work on making one good decision at a time. We say one day at a time, but it's honestly it's more than that. It's an hour at a time, or it's a minute at a time, and so work on the next good decision.
Yeah, and this isn't about addiction or any of that. This is just life for everybody.
Correct.
And we're all going through the COVID world right now. We've all been pushed to our limits at some point or another during this. And Celebrate Recovery helps people cope through that and cope through life's and it doesn't matter if you fell or stumbled deeply or little or whatever it is. If you're dealing with problems of life and you can't handle it by yourself, this is Celebrate Recovery. It's not. Just don't feel like, oh, well, I don't have an alcohol problem. I don't have a drug problem. I don't have a gambling problem. I don't have I haven't been in trouble with the law. I'm just not happy with life. Well, that's good enough. That's, you don't have to, hey, let's get you fixed before you spiral into doing worse things. If we can catch you before that, that's called a miracle. That's called a blessing. That's the idea. So wherever you're at, come visit, come sit down for a meeting, come have a meal, come have a meal together, fellowship, something. Just sit down and let's talk.
And then that's a big part of it. It could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be just self-esteem issues. There's a number of issues that would be, see, and we walk alongside of those folks.
God did not give us manuals on how to work the body and work the mind here when we were born. I mean, He did with the Bible, but it didn't come like on a stamp in the box that we came in here, and so we have to reach out and learn these things on our own.
Absolutely.
And that's, some people get that message early, some later in life, but wherever you got it, we want you to get it, and that's what it's about. So.
Right.
Now, you guys do have an event coming up here in April we want to put on people's radar, right?
We do. April 2nd, at 4 p.m. It's a Saturday. She's a product of Celebrate Recovery in California.
Okay.
She's been on the bills for the summits that they have every year.
Okay.
Whether it be in the West Coast Summit or the East Coast Summit.
She's one of the top performers, entertainers,
Right. Her name is
speakers.
Right. She performs spoken word pieces.
Okay.
Her name is Hosanna Wong, and she's from San Francisco. She's got an amazing.
What a pretty
story.
name.
Yeah.
And not enough people name Hosanna nowadays. You know, you don't hear that name as a
Yeah.
first name very often.
She's an amazing woman of God. She does co-host Better Together on TBN.
Okay.
In the mornings, but she's an international speaker. She's a pastor at East Lake Church in San Francisco.
Okay.
And she's an author. She's just an amazing woman of God and powerful. She's
I imagine
very
she's
powerful.
been if she's living in the San Francisco. I mean, we all see the news and see the rough time that city's gone through before COVID. But I imagine she got time to come here with all the work need to be done there in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, we're extremely blessed to
great.
have her come, and
Yeah,
looking
very
forward to
cool.
some great ministry to take place.
So that's going to take place on April 2nd.
April 2nd.
And for folks that don't know, you guys meet every Friday night. So come on out tonight. There at Grace Community Church.
Correct.
In the children's building.
In the children's building. I'm assuming that the event on April 2nd will be there at Grace Community
Yes.
Church. Okay.
It'll be in
Main
the
auditorium.
Main
In the main auditorium
Yeah,
there.
and that's
So
a Saturday night.
plenty of room for everybody. That
Yep,
thing
absolutely.
That seats what, about 1,000 or so? I don't
A
even know.
little less than that, but
Yeah.
we don't. We hope to fill it up.
Yeah,
That's
we've
the whole
got,
point.
I've already had people from Las Cruces, southern New Mexico. A lot of them have even contributed monetarily to have her come.
So the finance part's covered. We want to just get her
So
message out.
This is a free event.
Very good. Doesn't cost you a dime.
Doesn't cost you a dime.
Come on out. I imagine if you would like to make a love offering, there will be opportunities, but
Yeah. Correct.
but you are under no obligation or
Correct.
feel no guilt if you can't do it or don't
Right.
want to do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Free
We are going to offer childcare, limited availability, and,
Okay.
and if people are
So don't use that as an
interested in that,
excuse either. We'll
Right.
we'll
They
get the
need to
kids taken care of while you're.
contact the church, and we'll get them on a list, and we'll take as many as we can for that night.
And I would offer, well, I got to take care of my kids. Well, you can't take care of your kids if you don't feed your own soul too.
That's right,
So
absolutely.
feed your soul so you can feed your children's soul, and that's part of it.
Absolutely.
So take advantage of those things.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, that's going to be April 2nd.
April 2nd.
And obviously, we got a little time between now and then, so we're going to get the word out. We'll get you guys back on to remind everybody, but kind of put it on your calendars for now. Make that a plans to
Yeah.
attend that date on April 2nd. What time's everything get underway?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. So you'll be early enough where you'll be done, and then if you got evening plans or
Yeah.
you just want to go spend a quiet evening with family, you got plenty of time to do that.
Correct.
So, or if you're a late eater or early eater, you can work
Well,
around
we're
that.
hoping to also accommodate some of the people that are coming in from around the area. They can still get home and
Okay, yeah, sure.
and
Yeah,
time.
idea is,
So-
Roswell is a mecca. We get people that come
right.
from 30, 40, 50, 100 miles away to come do
right.
activities
Yeah.
here. So we'd like to give them some time to
Yeah.
get home before, midnight and stuff.
absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, by design.
Very good.
Yep.
Of course, if we're running short on time, but I want to get if anybody has any questions about anything we're talking about here, or wants to learn more about coming out to the meetings and being part of Celebrate Recovery, just so happens you guys will be meeting tonight, right?
Tonight.
7 o'clock. There.
Nope, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Oh, I better.
Yeah,
Let me change this.
Okay. Yeah.
Six. There we go.
And
That
dinner's
way.
at 5.
So come for dinner if you're hungry.
Yep.
We're not hungry. Come on out anyway.
Absolutely.
You got some pretty good. What's Have you guys decided tonight's menu yet?
Pasoli.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, some homemade pasoli.
You know,
and
it's the overnight low at 10 tonight. I think some pasoli will hit the
it'd
belly
be a great
just right.
night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
It's
for it.
perfect night for some pasoli, which is my favorite of all the Mexican soups.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I like menudo. I'll eat menudo. I have no problem with menudo and things, but pasoli's my one. See.
there you go.
Oh, I just remember green chili stew. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Dang. All right, I gotta work that out of my head. But what's the best phone number to call, or best way to get a hold of you guys if folks have any questions about either the April 2nd event or more about the program in and of itself?
We have a website, roswellcr.com,
Okay.
and then of course the church phone number.
You can call us directly to the church, 575-623-5438.
Very good. And call the church there and just tell them I'd like to learn more about Celebrate
Absolutely.
Recovery.
They'll get it to the right people.
They'll get it to you guys and get that out there. And of course,
You bet.
come on out tonight at 7 if you have
Love to see
questions
you.
and stuff. Come, I'm
6.
sorry, 6. I did
6
again.
o'clock.
Come out early at 5 for dinner. Enjoy
Right.
some pasoli, and then get ready for fellowship at 6 p.m. And again, just come on out to Grace Community Church there on Mescalero. You can't miss it. And then you guys will be in the children's building
Yes.
tonight,
Right.
starting at really 5 o'clock for dinner.
Yep.
So
That's right.
very good.
All right.
Did we get it all for now?
think so, Mike. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys, and I want to make a goal to not do it again. But now I feel like I don't know if I can do that because I just rope a dope myself. Maybe you just need to put it on there. I'm not my dad. It's the other
Yeah,
one.
I need to do that.
But thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Mike. We
Have
appreciate
an
it.
awesome weekend, and we'll see you again soon. All
The
right.
same. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
Stay
Mike.
warm too.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Pasoli will help. It is 9:30.